Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Mitchell Does Things, and welcome back to building and improving Merseyside. So in this one we're going to be expanding the town centre of Birkenhead and actually working on that general area. I actually worked on this twice, purely because I didn't like how it initially looked with the European suburbia buildings. I tried using the high-rise, well not the high-rise, but the high-density commercial and office spaces, and they looked a bit ugly. And this, as you can see here, we're doing Hamilton Square a little bit here. Trying to find a building that looks quite right for it, because I don't want Hamilton Square to be the main area, well, not the main area as such, but like the main town hall. I want the main town hall to be in Liverpool ideally, so where the live building and all likes of that is, I want that to be like the city hall, if you like. So this is just going to be a tax office for now, and then parks as well. A little park where the actual square is. Just want to touch upon a few things. My apologies for the lack of uploads lately. I'm going to be honest, I've been struggling a bit mentally. I'm just saying it right off the bat. Like, it happens, it's just fucking lockdown, to be honest with you. Lockdown just made me feel shit and defeated, basically. Obviously we've had a bit of good news in regards to like lockdown and that. They ease up the restrictions in about a month's time, so you can go and see your friends and that. It's like up to 6 people or up to 2 households at a time, and that is from the 29th of March, and then from, I believe it's the 12th of April, they are doing, so you can go to like an outdoor beer garden, or you can go and see your mates, and as long as it's outside. They're reopening most of the businesses by then, but if you want to go like have a meal and that, it's got to be outside, strangely. But you know what, I'm fine with that, as long as I get to see my friends and I can get stuff back on track, get my mental well-being on track and what have you. That's my that's something I'm going to try and focus on. Well, that's pretty much it. In regards to YouTube series and such, we got another new series coming. As you can tell, I'm a big nut of the simulator variety, and I can't wait to say this. I'm going to do a Planet Coaster Let's Play. I've already got the recording for it, I just need to edit it. So it'll be up right after this one. So obviously this will be up tonight. Well, it'll be up today as recording this. So today it's Wednesday, the 24th of February. I'm going to get the Planet Coaster one up for tomorrow, which is Thursday, and I'm going to try and get at least both of them out a week. So at least one a week of either one. So I'll do, let's say for Monday example, I'll do City Skylines, and then for, I don't know, say Wednesday or Thursday, I'll do Planet Coaster, and I'll try and throw another one in the mix as well. Speaking of which, automation's back. Yeah, it's been a while. I've got an automation video in the pipeline. It's all recorded, I just need to edit it. It just takes a while to edit these videos, that's the thing. These City Skylines ones and that, they take longer to record than actually edit, that's the thing. So I may be able to record it, like, this is like an hour recording basically. Well, it's 2-hour long recordings, just sped up quite a bit. Obviously it's a time lapse for me, for fuck's sake, it's a time lapse, and because of that it's a bit time consuming in that respect. It takes a while to do it, but once it's all recorded and what have you, it's just putting it all together. So putting it together is actually a lot easier than you'd imagine, but when it comes to doing like a proper recording and cutting it and splicing it and what have you, it's a not so much a nightmare, it's doable, but it's a fucking nightmare. It's a proper nightmare to do it. It's very time consuming. Like, if I do these in the same style of videos I would with, I don't know, automation on BeamNG and all like that, it'll take me a long time. It'll take me easily about 3 or 4 hours to edit one of them videos, but this one takes me about half hour to edit it and about 40 minutes to export it, which I think's not that bad. I've also recently upgraded my PC, so should be running games a lot better now. Still using the same old graphics card, so it shouldn't be an issue. Just upgraded the processor, the RAM and the motherboard, and that's it. Apart from that, it's been splendid, I can't complain. I went from an i5 4690K, 16GB of DDR3, and I'm still using Gigabyte as a brand of motherboard and a different CPU cooler, and they worked fine. They were absolutely fine, and I've sold them on now. They've gone to someone else, and right now I'm using an Intel, what was it? An Intel i5 10400F, I think, something like that. I'll correct myself on screen, I believe it is. And it runs so much smoother. 16GB of RAM again, DDR4 this time obviously, and yeah, it's just running. The performance difference is night and day on most games. Like City Skylines, not as much. I think it is a graphics card issue that, well, in that regard, but still, it still runs like a dream. I can't fault it at all. And when it comes to like editing videos, it's just smooth as. And I just can't really fault it. I like the way it looks though, this town centre area, like in the end. I don't like it at the moment though, because the office buildings just look generic and they don't really work for me. But I don't know. I don't know. But I digress anyhow. And like I say, you can see the office buildings, and if you know what Hamilton Square is like, it's an old style street. It's got loads of grade 2 listed and grade 1 listed buildings, and it just does not look right at all. It just looks too modern. It just doesn't work. I just wasn't really a big fan of it, so I left this game here and just saved it. I saved the layout and what have you, and I went right back to it and changed the building themes on everything. So that's what Birkenhead Town Centre looks like now. For now. So the overall layout's still the same, but just all the office buildings and everything else have been changed to high density, medium density style buildings, so apartment blocks and what have you. And it just, in general, looks so much nicer. Well, you'll see that in a minute, won't you? The park doesn't get that much use. There was a camper van that just got stuck, which I thought was a bit amusing. And you can see the buildings, you can see what I mean, they just look too out there. I won't mind if it's Liverpool or something. Liverpool's a good mix, but it just doesn't work for Birkenhead. Birkenhead's a bit run down and old school. We're going to try working on Bidston Hill sometime soon. In the next video though, I want to grow the suburbs out a little bit more. So you can see where the fields are in that. I want the fields to stay, so the overall outline will just be suburbs where the open fields and that are, if that makes any sort of sense. And I reckon it will look dead nice once it's all done. We get a metro network in, I reckon we'll be laughing. And this is what I mean about the apartment buildings. This is sort of what Birkenhead is like to an extent. Not massively like that, but town centre a little bit like this. But you'll get the rough idea now when it grows. Just going around dezoning all the others, putting the new ones in. I think it looks 1,000 times better like that. You see what I mean? It's like older style buildings, medium high density ones. Just growing the suburbs out a little bit here. And I think it looks spot on. I just couldn't fault it. It's just absolutely amazing. I got the main line there as well, it goes underneath. What I'm going to do is have the main line, rail line, run as like an express of sorts, and use the metro to run alongside it as a metro, so a stop and start and thing, and then use like a metro, a mainline connection hub of sorts. So people are going to interchange. So if they want to get the express to Chester, they can, or they just want to get a local stop and train to, I don't know, Prenton or something along them lines, they can. Which is something that Liverpool and the whole region's missing, to be honest. I think we could, not so much a metro, but like a tram network or something. I mean, believe it or not, Birkenhead's got a tram network. But calling it a network's a bit of a stretch. But it's got like a heritage tram service. It's only like a mile long, if that. and it's not a passenger thing, it's a heritage thing, it's just for tourism and that. But I reckon something like that would be great, because all we've got at the moment are buses and like one rail network, and that's it. The rail network's alright, but public transport over there is a bit shit. For lack of better words, just zoning up a little bit here. This is going to be Prenton, I've decided. I believe. I can't remember as I'm recording this. I'm sure I called it Prenton. It could be wrong. It's either Prenton or Rockfreddy. But yeah, you get the idea. It looks so much nicer. And then this area what I'm working on now is going to be low density suburbs and that. So this bit actually blended in so much nicer than I thought, when I was obviously going to start zoning it all. And I love doing the little alleyways. Alleyways add a sense of realism to it. And here come the suburbs. And you can see what I mean, the density in like the town centre and that looks absolutely spot on. Ignore the fact that there's about 10,000 abandoned buildings. That's about realistic for Birkenhead, to be honest. Adding an extra police station in Seacombe. That's not ironic in the slightest. And there you go, we got that. But like I was saying before, we're going to do Planet Coaster series. It's going to be similar to this, time lapse and sped up footage, but we're going to work on this together. So any ideas you got for that series, let me know. I'm not going to try and spoil it too much in this one, but I'll obviously spoil it in the video I'm going to put up tomorrow for Planet Coaster. But we're going to work on a dark ride roller coaster of sorts. You might be thinking, what am I on about? Well, you just have to see and subscribe for more, won't you? No, I'll tell you. So I've got a bit of a passion when it comes to theme parks and stuff. It's always interested me from an engineering point of view, and because of that, I just want to. I've always been interested in shit like that. This is why I like these style of games, because it's all about engineering and planning and stuff like that, and I just find it satisfying to do. It's really satisfying to do. And I'm a bit of an adrenaline junkie, if you like. I like my roller coasters, and I like my theme parks for that reason, because it gets your adrenaline going. And it's just, 2 and 2 go together, because it's like, from an engineering standpoint, it's actually quite interesting. I'm by no means saying I'm an engineer. I wish I was. But it's just an interesting thing when you think about it from an engineering perspective, how everything works. It's just mad. It's even like stuff like this, you think about, okay, got to do this. I don't want the traffic to go there, I want the traffic to go here. I don't want buildings to go there, I want that to be green belt, or I want that to be this, I want that to be that. And you don't really think about that day to day until you actually play the game. It's like, fucking hell, yeah, there's a lot more to it. But I think that the whole map is already coming together really nicely. It just looks so nice. Just lining up the trees a bit, making it look a bit better, make it look a bit more filled in. And for me, it just tickles my fancies it just tickles them all over the shop. It's just amazing. But as you can see, the town centre is looking absolutely spot on. I'm going to work on the suburbs for the next one, I think. Although I might go on to Liverpool a little bit. And here you can see what I'm on about, the metro system. I'm going to have that run alongside the main line and have the metro do its own thing with stopping and starting services, which I think will be a pretty good idea. If you think otherwise, then you're on your own, kid. But I think we're doing quite well for this series so far. Still a lot more to come. It's going to take a lot of work, this series. I just know it is. I definitely think I'm going to work on Liverpool, maybe on the front, maybe on the riverfront, more than anything for now, and then see how things go. It's just, the whole map is just looking spot on at the minute. It's just getting there, man. It's just absolutely getting there. I'm going to download a few mods as well, so I think they're doing like a retail estate and what have you, but that's about it. But that's about it for this series. Oh, not this series, but this episode, guys. Hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, remember to hit that like and subscribe button. Any suggestions, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care, wash your hands. If you want to follow me on social media, you can do on screen now. Take care. Toodle pip.